Rudest celebrity or YouTuber you've met? Yeah.
T! You were livid that
Oh my
night.
gosh, probably the most angry I've ever been in my life.
You would have probably gotten into a fight with her.
Okay, just don't even get me started right now.
Another day.
Another cute
And a
vlog.
another vlog. Another
Dog.
not another dog. Actually, one of the questions. If we had another dog, what would we name it? I would name it Fergus. Fergus Flintwood. And if we got a third dog, I'd name him Dale McEisenhower.
If
Yo.
you know.
Yeah. Yo, but you guys freaking loved that infomercial that we
my
spontaneously
gosh.
did. Out of like every 3 tweets, 2 of them were about the commercial.
I know, I got so many too.
So babe, want to break it down for him? Give him the deets, tell him what the deal is, let him know what's good.
Well, we're just out for a drive right now, having a good old time.
Just going out for a cruise, you know?
We thought that we would just chat, have a little conversation, have a Q&A. I feel like we haven't done one in a while.
Yeah. We did one at the beginning of the year, which if you're counting, it was 6 months ago.
But first,
Coffee that we don't have yet, because we're gonna get it on the way, because why not? Should I order an Australian accent again? Probably not, because I sucked at it last time. If you know, you know. Subscribe. Yo, I'm in a weird mood, dude. Get the bell on, everybody.
get the bell on.
Get the bell on, mate. If you know, you know.
I don't know
All
if
the
you
time.
need more coffee.
Yeah, I don't know if I do. To be honest, we're talking a lot, but we should be answering questions.
Okay.
Yes, do you agree? Oh, okay.
You guys probably know our friend Ebony Day. She's very lovely and British, and she submitted 4 questions. So I just thought
4?
I just thought I'd read those first.
Ah.
They're very funny. Number 1, who do you prefer, the Queen or Ebony Day? Number 2, if you could be a cucumber or a carrot, what would you be? Need to know for a school project.
Asking for a friend.
Number 3, is it okay to eat your boogers asking for a friend?
No, freaking called it, dude.
And then number 4, I just farted. That's not a question, I just thought you should know.
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
No, that was her. Who do you prefer, the Queen or Ebony Day? The Queen.
I'm gonna say Ebony because
Ebony.
I have no connection to the Queen because I'm American. However, I'm sure she's a wonderful lady.
If you could be a cucumber or a carrot, I'm gonna say a carrot.
Yeah, I like
When I was like
carrots
14,
better.
15, I thought I was really cool on Facebook. I'd go with the carrots.
Would you actually?
Yeah. Is it okay to eat your boogers? No, it's a no from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I've
say,
never done that in
I'm
my
gonna say
entire
no,
life.
it's a little gross to be honest.
Have you done it?
No.
Neither have I.
I don't think I have. Maybe I did when I was like really little. If you don't pick your boogers, like this video. I'm hoping everyone liked this video. And then to the few of you who do pick your boogers, you can like it too. Go ahead. I'm not singling you out. I'm just, it's not for me. That's all I'm trying to say.
Do you know how to woe?
Whoa. I don't know if that's right or
I
not.
don't think
I've heard a lot of different theories around woe and like what it,
Yeah, my brother like throws something up in the air and then he like catches it.
what did he say? It's like you're kind of like, whoa, and then you catch it. Toby, I'm sorry, but to me that sounds like a made-up thing that a friend from school probably told you that you bought into, and I don't believe it.
Hey, but he's a teen, you know, he's like in it. We're like grandparents.
I'm in it, babe. I'm cool, all right? I'm super cool with the teens, babe. I'm only 24.
Not disagreeing, but why did y'all get married so early?
Ooh.
There's probably so many new people that don't really know
Oh, true.
our story. Basically, we were doing long distance for the whole of 2016.
From America to Australia, which sucked because I would be waking up and she would be going to sleep. Then when I was going to sleep, she was waking up. We'd want to see each other a lot, but that's tough because we lived on the opposite sides of the world. Different hemispheres too. The toilets flushed the other way.
Oh my gosh.
And I wasn't having it.
That's the reason. That's why we got Well, what just comes to mind when I think of like why we got married so early, I don't know if that means timing wise or age, because it was kind of both. Like we were together for a year, but I was also 20.
And I was 22 when we got married.
Things just kind of fell into place for us, and I think everyone is meant to get married at different times. Like not everyone's meant to get married when they're 20, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the way things worked out and the way that we were doing our relationship,
Yeah.
it worked out best for us to do it.
I thought I wasn't gonna meet someone for 50 years. I was out in LA and I was like, I am meeting no one who I'd want to be in a relationship with right now, so I'll be single. And I thought it was gonna be like that for a while, and then guess who came along? Who has 2 thumbs and stole this guy's heart. That, and then also, which can be bad advice in certain relationships because of our faith and beliefs. We were waiting till marriage You know what I mean?
But that is not the reason.
That's not the reason why. That's just another.
Some people think that, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't.
It helps because during our relationship, it wasn't based off of like. I mean, I was very, very attracted to Jess, but like we got to know each other, especially doing long distance too, because we can FaceTime a lot. We got to know each other on a much more like emotionally intimate level through talking, communication, rather than doing physical things right away. And that whole year kind of developed our relationship. And then once we got married, the physical part came in. But we already knew that we were really good for each other before we connected sexually. Sorry, I needed to conclude that some way. Sexually.
Okay, this one is really quick, but a lot of people have asked this. So why aren't you guys doing the buying whatever the person in front of you buys? Isn't it because of me?
Yeah, kind of, because I wasn't aware of the trend because I don't really watch YouTubers' YouTube videos.
You don't like watch trends?
I'll watch like random videos, like movie reviews and science things and finance videos, like the boring stuff, because I connect with the teens, remember? And really know what I'm talking about. So I wasn't aware of this trend. Jess comes to me and she's like, hey, there's this thing, but everyone's doing it, and it's kind of past due.
That's not the reason why I didn't want to do it though.
Then why was the reason?
The main reason why I didn't want to is because I just feel bad, and I never want to be an inconvenience.
That was it.
Do you remember we talked about it?
Yeah, you were like, everyone is doing it, so I'm sure the people in the drive-thrus are getting a bunch of this crap,
Yeah,
and you
well,
don't want to make
I watched some videos, and the people like in the drive-thru already knew what was going on, and they were kind of like, oh, like here we go again. And I just felt bad, and I like didn't want to add to that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think it would be a funny experiment. I just wish there was like a different way to go about it.
I love that you make all of your decisions based on other people's feelings. You always like consider the other people's feelings first. You like base your decision off that, and it's very, very kind of
I'll
thing.
take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment. I love it.
Rudest celebrity or YouTuber you've met?
Tea!
Do you have a story?
Babe, you should get tea from Starbucks right now. You have a story?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Filming a vlog. We didn't have a Starbucks. Oh, we're already up to order. That was quick. We have two of the reusable cups.
Okay.
2 drinks, one a very berry hibiscus tea, and then can I also get an iced vanilla latte with almond milk, please?
So that is cute that you're like, we have 2 reusable cups.
But you said that I needed to freaking...
I know, but usually I say it like, hi, can I get a refresher? By the way, I have a cup to put it in.
We have 2 reusable cups and we're helping save the environment.
Is it okay that I tell this story?
Yeah, it's fine because we don't even know the person, so it's not like we're calling anyone out.
No, I'm not gonna name her.
I don't even know her name.
I'm not gonna name her. But this is the rudest YouTuber I've ever met.
You were livid that
Oh my
night.
gosh, probably the most angry I've ever been in my life.
You would have probably gotten into a fight with her.
Okay, just don't even get me started right now. We were at the MTV Movie Awards, I think it's called.
MTV Movie and TV Awards, I
This was
think.
back in 2017. We had awesome seats. I was so excited to be there.
Basically, at award shows, they try and fill as much of the seats as possible with like people of notoriety, whether it's the actors or whatever, and then they'll have social media people come out or people who work in the industry. They're the ones filling the audience. A lot of times, the whole audience isn't filled, so what they do is they're not actors, but they're just filler people, so people can get paid. And whenever there's empty seats, the ushers will tell those groups of people to go fill in like these few seats or those aisles or whatever.
Because it's filmed and it's on TV, like you don't want the seats to be empty. Like
Yeah,
you don't want the show to look like it's an empty show. And so this was one of the commercial breaks, so people can get up and go like chat to people. These 2 girls that were sitting in front of us went to go like to the bar and get a drink or something. And during that time, because they were gone for quite a while, I guess the worker there thought that they were spare seats, so they got 2 fillers to come in and sit. And basically right before like it started, they came back, the 2 girls came back, especially one of them was just the rudest girl I've ever met.
She went off on these 2 like
just
people
fillers
just doing their job.
They're doing their job. Basically, she came back to her seat, saw that someone else was sitting there. If you're a normal, nice person, you just say, oh, sorry, this is my seat. No, she said, who the F do you think you are? Get out of my seat. Oh my gosh, it's like making me so riled up just thinking about it.
She went on for a while. She was like, do you even know who I am?
Yeah,
blah, blah,
she
blah,
was
blah,
so
blah. And I was
rude.
just like,
so entitled. I looked her up on Instagram and she had 400,000 followers, which is a good amount of followers, but not enough to ever, I mean, no amount of followers is ever enough to be like, do you know who I am? Like, who the F do you think you are?
Are you kidding me? If I were to say that, I'd be like, do you know who I am? Most people would just be like, I have no clue who you are.
And I just stared at her probably the rest of the night because I was so disappointed.
I think the worst part of it was that it was like her and that one girl, and then they had like 2 guy friends that were with them too, and they were all like laughing about it and like telling her,
she was, like
you
showing
tell her
off that she did it.
Yeah, and like the guys were like pumping her up as if she did a good thing, and it was just like, dude.
That was like my first real LA experience. I was like, that's disgusting. So that's the rudest influencer I've ever met. To this day, I wish I said something.
Yeah, I know. I would have said something if it was a guy, but
yeah, I get that.
I didn't want to like come on like too aggressive to a girl. You know what I mean?
We still should have.
But if it was a dude, I would have been like, bro, don't you dare ever talk to someone like that.
I don't think I'll ever forget that story.
I'm getting heated up just talking about it.
Same, like my heart's racing a little bit.
Woo! Okay, next question.
Someone said, why don't you kiss on camera?
Because she doesn't want to.
Again, it's me caring about other people.
Yeah.
You know when you're like somewhere, whether it's like a theme park and you're in line and the people in front of you are making out, and it's just like,
that is
kind
so
of
different
weird
than a peck on camera.
No, I know. And I'm okay with a peck on camera.
Well,
I just
make
never
out on camera.
want to be, no. Anyway, that's why. I just like, doing a kiss is fine, but like, like,
what was that?
Doesn't need to be on camera.
I need to urinate so bad.
Okay, you're just peeing.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm just gonna go urine.
Sorry.
You're in luck. I'm just going pee.
I don't really know what else to say while Gabe's not here. Is there a secret I can tell you? A secret about Gabriel. Gabriel's a pretty open book. He always has to pee. That is like, well, that's probably not a secret. I'm sure you guys already know that. Like, he has to pee all the time, especially when we're at Disneyland. Oh my gosh, I get so nervous when other people know I'm filming. It's fine. Hey, Gabe's coming back. That was a quick pee and he's dancing. Come back. I'm not gonna film you. Get in the car. No. You wanted me to turn it around.
Why would you film me, babe?
Because it's in a perfect spot right now.
I was dancing my heart out.
I know, I told them.
Ugh. Instant replay.
Say my name, no one is around you. Say baby I love you, you ain't running game. I don't know the words, sorry.
I'm on fire, dude. All right, laddie. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? Haven't done that one in a while. Subscribe for that.
Did Gabe design your engagement ring or did you pick it out? It was kind of a mix of both. So basically my mum, when I lived in Australia, this was obviously before we were engaged, maybe like a couple times we went out and just like looked at rings for fun. And if I liked something, I'd take a picture of it. And then, I don't know if I sent it to you or if my mum sent it to you, but there was one that I really liked.
But Jess was like very modest. She like didn't want me to spend money on a ring. You were like, I don't deserve to have a ring like that. And I was like, because of that, you do.
Oh my gosh.
It's the truth. My family like knew a private jeweler person who kind of hooked it up. So I was able to get a lot more. Bigger bang for your buck. This is really open conversation that we're having.
I know, basically he took the photo to the jeweler, right? And then you were like, she wants this, but I want it a bit bigger.
Yeah, that was essentially the thing.
I was shocked. It's kind of like 50-50, like a joint effort.
Yeah, it is. So like she kind of picked up the design and then I was like this. That's similar. So,
like this.
Can I have it like this? Can you do it like that? And oh my gosh, holy cow, that was a speed bump before the speed bump.
Someone wanted to know how you met Jacko. People wanted to know how we all knew Jacko, but I thought you could just explain.
Yeah, I knew Jacko first. We were in the same meet and greet at an event. There was a New York like social media convention thing, and we were in the same meet and greet. We kind of just hung out during that New York trip. Then I think, if I remember correctly, I stayed a few days after to do some stuff in New York after the convention was over, and then he also had a few days after, so he asked if we could just hang because he didn't like know anyone. And so we hung for a bit. We kind of became tight just from those few days of hanging out. And then he was kind of like on a big trip of going to a lot of places. And when he was in LA, he was like scheduled to have an Airbnb for like those 3 weeks or 4 weeks that he was there, and he was actually only in there for 5 days. And then he was like, yo, do you mind if I stay with you? Like, could be cool if we, just hang. And I was like, yeah, sure, dude, stay with me for however long you want.
And you like hardly knew him.
Yeah, I mean, but we got kind of tight.
Aww.
in New York, and then over that course we became like super duper close friends.
So how I knew Jacko was because I actually followed him on Snapchat just because I watched a couple like Australian YouTubers and he was one of them, so I followed him. So when he was staying with Gabriel, he would like Snapchat, you know, obviously, and then so I was watching his Snapchat and I would just like see Gabriel always pop up. So that's how I knew Jacko. I didn't like know him personally then. He had no idea who I was. Yeah, so that's that story. Does it bother you when people say that they want you to have a baby right now?
To me, not so much.
Well, I don't actually think that you look at as much as I do. Like, I'm very active on Twitter with you guys and stuff.
I am too.
Yeah,
As of recent, I took like a big like break of trying to.
I don't know, I just feel like I see more stuff. I think also because it's like me getting pregnant.
That's true. You're
and,
always like
my body.
Yeah, true.
It actually does get to me. And I try to not let it get to me, and Gabriel tries to tell me to not let it get to me. But going through this Q&A, I'm gonna say 60% of the questions were, when are you going to have a baby?
Yeah.
Can you have a baby? When are you going to have a baby? I know it's good intentions, but also like asking something about my life, or like, you know, want to follow me for me and not just because we're gonna have a baby one day. It does affect me. It doesn't, I don't think it affects Gabe.
No, I don't really care that much.
It gets to me the most when people are rude about it. Like, hurry up and have a baby already. Like, we're bored of you, hurry up and have a baby. And it's like, I'm 22. Like,
So
my mom
rude.
didn't have babies till she was 27. Anyway, that's my answer. Let me live. Can I know your reaction on Sophia Conte, like when she got a boyfriend?
My little sister got a boyfriend.
Maybe at like the start of the year. I don't even remember how we found out. I think it was on FaceTime though. I immediately wanted to see a picture of them. That's like,
I remember that.
I was
you were
like,
like,
send me a picture.
give me his Instagram, and she was like, he doesn't have Instagram, and you were like, send me his Instagram, and she was like, okay, he has an Instagram, but he doesn't use it. He has one picture, and then you were like, send me his Instagram.
But then she texted me like a picture of them, and it was so cute. I was happy for her.
Yeah.
Because he's really nice.
Yeah, and they're good together.
Were you worried? Were you protective as an older brother?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, my parents liked him. If my parents were really worried and it was some like crazy dude, I would have been like, okay, something's about to go down. Give me his address. No, I'm kidding. I totally didn't ask that. I didn't ask that question that wasn't my response. That was the most awkward thing because you weren't reacting to what I was reading.
Sorry.
So I'm like sitting here like, haha, that was funny, I think.
Who is a YouTuber you would want to be friends with?
Ooh.
I actually like really need to think about this.
Yeah, I have a list. How ridiculous. They're these Australian guys who are just hilarious and they do some cool stuff. So I like that. Casey Neistat, he'd be a cool friend. I look up to him a lot. Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD.
Oh my gosh, you love him.
I watch all his videos. He's a man. What about you? You're kind of friends with everyone who you would want to be friends with. You have a lot of clout, you know. People like are like, oh, Jess Conte, I know her.
Zero clout.
And be like, Zoella, but she follows you on Instagram.
Yeah, she would be one. There is a girl called Sarah's Day.
Oh, the Australian girl.
Yeah, I like her. You're right. I feel like being a YouTuber, it's easy to like get in contact with other YouTubers. Advice for budgeting and managing money. I'm 22 and still learning.
Oh, wow.
This could be a whole video.
This could be a lot of conversations. Okay. Story time. I have a friend who had quite a bit of debt that he racked up. One of the people I listen to on how to manage money and deal with your finances is Dave Ramsey. It's all like very practical and makes sense, but he kind of developed his strategy on how to deal with finances. He's a Christian and he developed it from like biblical stuff, but it all applies really well and like is kind of like the best thing I've heard for most people on how to deal with money. And a lot of people use this program even if they're not, you know, Christian. Gave one of his books, Total Money Makeover. It's him holding a scissors with credit cards in the scissors.
Yeah.
And he's cutting. I handed that to a friend who had quite a bit of debt and kind of forgot that I gave it to him. He was like, oh, I really like the book. And I was like, okay, cool. A lot of people, like, you'll give them advice or, yeah, in general, like you'll receive advice and like you don't really act on it or whatever. A few months later, I checked in with him. He was like, bro, by the way, I want to say thank you for giving me that book because I started doing what was in it and he had like knocked off over 50% of his debt that he had in like a few months. And he wasn't making a lot of money. He was just like, he was working like a regular job, like pay rent and stuff, and he was just managing his money well. So it's cool seeing the fruit of that applied and actually working for like other people.
I'm actually reading that book right now and I mean, I'm only a couple chapters in, but it's like very good so far. He's very wise. He went bankrupt at like age 26 or something.
Yeah, he like became a millionaire and then went bankrupt. Then developed his like whole philosophy off of that. Now he like runs a business where he helps people get out of debt. That's like his thing.
So look him up if you're interested, or look the book up.
He has a YouTube channel. You can look up his YouTube videos. Shout out to you, Dave.
We know you're watching.
He's definitely not watching this video.
That was a good Q&A. I feel like it was raw and honest and open. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that Q&A.
Also, ConteClothing.com. We're not wearing anything, or at least
How
me.
could you?
Well, it's all dirty. Oh yeah, technically I am. Always got the phone case on, baby. You guys have been loving this collection, and I am so just happy with the response. You guys are just super like positive about it. Really liking the direction the brand's going, and that just makes me feel good, and I'm really happy that you guys are happy with it all. So. No. Ooh.
Love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
From Jess
And Gabriel, Conte. And Dave. No. You.